Welcome back to Edgework, part of the Hammer Betting Network, presented by FanDuel. I'm Zack Phillips, joined by Alex Moretto and So Money on this Monday morning to help break down all the games here today, give out best bets, answer questions from the chat. I did get a DM last week as well, asking if we could dig into some futures. He sent me a bunch, so maybe we do one today, and then we get to the rest throughout the rest of the week. We can kind of just slowly pick some of those off, but before we get into any of that, start it off here. The NHL is still back, and everyone knows FanDuel is bringing more action than ever because everyone knows hockey just hits different. Load up a power play with the hottest same-game parlays found on the Parlay Hub. Lace them up and follow your bets with player prop tracking or bet on the fly with the Pulse. The hunt for the Cup starts here. Get more from the NHL with FanDuel, North America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers kick off the season with $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just place any $5 bet and you'll get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Please play responsibly. You must be 19 plus, physically located in Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-866-531-2600. That's 1-866-531-2600 or visit connectsontario.ca. Moretto, how was your weekend? It's getting kind of cold here in Ontario.
Yeah, cold, dark at 5:30, 5 o'clock.
Sad.
It's a tough time of year. I got like Christmas stuff starting already, which I don't like that. I'm not like anti-Christmas. I like Christmas. Christmas is great. Whatever. You in good time of year, but like I'm not for celebrating this Christmas stuff in November. My wife's like, oh, we got to do the Christmas market next weekend. And so I'm like, there's college football on, like there's hockey on. I'm like, I'm not going to a Christmas market in the middle of November. Like, I don't know, this stuff. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. But yeah, the weather outside is kind of bringing that in a little bit. It does feel a little bit like Christmas is coming.
So, Money, what's your like go date on Christmas stuff? When is it acceptable for you to get that going?
For me, it would be December 1st. I think
Okay.
that like right when December hits, and but it's funny because the kids want their Christmas music around the house earlier and earlier every year. So like we had it first last night actually, and I mean it's just I agree with Alex. It's a little too early, but it's interesting. I learned a couple of things about Moretto today. Number one, his favorite player is Mitch Marner, and number two, he hates Christmas. So a couple of interesting things.
Rough start to the week for me.
Yeah, use that for those of you in the chat throughout the rest of the week. That should be some good content for us there. Yeah, I don't know, if it was up to my mom, I think my dad would or I think the tree would be up like the second the last piece of candy is given out on Halloween.
Yeah.
But my dad would not allow that. So that was what I had grown up with. Now living on my own, I think we did it late last year. I think it was like end of November. Our tree and lights went up in the apartment, so it's probably where we're scheduled for right now. We don't have anything up yet, so still holding off.
No, like the real tree thing. We did the real tree thing last year. Never again. No, never again. It's awful. It's yeah, sure, it smells good and like it's kind of nice to like bring in a real tree. The cleanup and the shit you have to deal with that. Oh, the worst. The worst. I'm still picking pine needles out of random places somehow in my house. And it's been like 8 months.
Yeah, that's not what you need. Wait. 8 months? How long is your tree up for?
No, okay, like 10 months, 11 months then. It was gone like I mean later than it should have been. It was probably late January that it was actually gone, if we're being honest. But yeah.
Okay. There you go. Sam, his girlfriend has had the tree up for 2 weeks. Yeah. There you go.
And you know what? That's about the time the anytime goal scorer stopped hitting Sam. So maybe a little bit of correlation there. I don't know.
Oh no, Sam. All right, let's get to the games today. We got a bunch to get to. We can get to the goal scorers at the end here, obviously, and then we will also get to one of those futures questions that were sent along. We'll dig into just one of those a day here for the rest of this week and see if there's anything you guys have to add to the portfolio that we built out off of day zero. It's not even day one, day zero of the season when we went live and did the preseason special. Let's get to Colorado, Philadelphia here first and foremost. The Flyers plus 158, the Avalanche minus 192, 6.5 on the total, minus 120, over minus 102, under on FanDuel right now. So, Money, anything interesting you hear between these two teams?
Not really. I wait for the Avalanche to kind of get going here. and the Flyers. We've touched on them a lot this year. I would like to bet Flyers over. I'm sorry, Flyers unders, but I mean, I'm not going to get there with Colorado and the goaltending situation now as well. So, I will pass on this game. I think that the Avs look a little inflated, but I mean, it's going to be tough for me to get to
Yeah.
to back the Flyers here.
Moretto, anything that you could get behind here?
So, like, I really do want to sell this Philly offense. They are a really low volume offense that are playing over their heads, scoring over their heads. They've generated under 2 expected goals at 5-on-5 in like 7 of their last 8 games. They're just getting nothing going. Somehow they're scoring a bunch though. This is not sustainable whatsoever. I really do want to sell on this team in general and especially offensively with some unders. They've been playing good team defense too, so like not really high event games at all that they're playing in, despite what these scores have suggested. It seems like every time they play, one goalie in the game at least is just absolutely crumbling. So yeah, the Avs have also found themselves playing much more low event hockey. Like they've been great defensively, even in the tough matchups. They've really limited some good teams like Washington, Carolina, Winnipeg, Tampa, whatever. This is obviously a much easier challenge. Offensively, a lot of their damage this year has kind of come on the power play. Granted, that's down to injuries as well. They haven't really been able to roll a lot of lines now that they're getting healthier. I do expect that to change a bit, but Philly's PK is excellent. So like the way these two teams match up and like to play, everything does point to an under, and getting, significant plus money on under 6.5 does look really nice. But yeah, with Kolosov and a Noonan, I mean, there's better ways to spend my Monday night than and having to sweat that out. So I'm not gonna get involved here.
Yeah, like spending your Monday night with the Ford Progress team in studio, Rob, Kirk Evans, myself, watching the Monday Night Football game. That could be a way to spend your Monday night. Make sure to
Maybe.
subscribe to the Ford Progress
Well
channel
done,
as
Zach.
well. I'm somewhat professional here sometimes, guys. Like I just kind of know what I'm doing every now and then. All right, let's keep moving here. Blue Jackets, Bruins, Columbus plus 168, Bruins minus 205, total of 6.5, plus 104, over minus 128, under. Moretto, why don't you take the lead on this one? What are your thoughts on where we're sitting side and total right now?
Yeah, if you could get me a 6 minus 120 or better, I'm good for an over. Because so the Bruins right now, they're a mess. They've lost their identity a bit. I think Monty's as good as gone. That much feels kind of certain right now. It's just a matter of how long I think they can postpone the inevitable. In terms of tonight, though, yeah, I like the over. Like the Bruins have been very inconsistent offensively, but when you dig deeper, against bad teams, they do generate consistent offense, and that much has at least been a constant. Defensively, it is a small sample. It's only 2 games, but since Lindholm has gotten hurt, they've really struggled. 2 of the worst 5-on-5 defensive games of the season for them. Obviously, that you take a guy like Lindholm out who plays a ton of minutes and who plays in a lot of high leverage situations, it's going to make a big difference. And we have seen that very quickly. And now, they're facing a Columbus team that does generate a lot of offense. It hasn't translated on the scoreboard, but in their last 7 games, they have scored 2 or fewer goals in 6 of them. So I get that they're not scoring at all right now, but they are generating a ton. 16 goals last 7 games on 29 expected over that stretch since November 2nd. Only Carolina has generated more expected goals, and they've barely topped what Columbus has managed. And they've also played 1 more game. So, yeah, I think goals are coming for Columbus. They're shooting just 6% at all strengths over the last couple of weeks. That is very, very low. I think this is a buy low on the Columbus offense, a buy on the Bruins offense that we know has success against bad teams, and kind of selling a Bruins defense that I think is going to struggle without Lindholm. So, yeah, that's where I'm at here. I think we're going to see some goals in this one.
So, Money, do you agree with this bet here? Over 6 minus 120, we are able to find as well so that we can lock that in.
So some disagreement. I don't disagree with Alex's thoughts. I think that this is the way that these teams have been this season. I don't agree with the play, but I'm not going to be betting the under because I need more time to kind of. I need more time to see what I'm seeing play out first, right? And what I'm seeing is a Columbus team that the last.
Muted
Muted
somebody.
yourself.
I get so excited about Columbus sometimes. Um, the last few games they've actually played well defensively, right? Like, and that's weird. So I did go digging a little bit into that. I just wanted to see if that's like if that was just an anomaly, or like are we like trying to do something here with Columbus. And they've actually started playing well defensively because they're starting to buy into the systems there, right? And now the question becomes, you can try to play as well defensively as you want, but if you don't have the horses to do it, it doesn't matter what you're doing, right? So that's why I'm kind of sitting back and waiting on this Columbus team, because I want to see um, what we have here in Columbus, and if their anticipated change in style is something that's going to become a long-term thing, or are are we just trying to do something that we're just not capable of doing. So I will sit back. Hopefully I'm wrong and Alex can win his bet, but I do see a Columbus team that just maybe turning it around defensively.
Before we keep moving and get to the next game here, we did add the over 6 minus 120, even though there's some slight disagreement from so money. I just saw a message in the chat and I just go and look at it. It was flashing on the FanDuel screen a little bit, so I wanted to go back and see if you guys had anything to say about this. But Rob pointed out Colorado under is steaming. We obviously opened with that game there.
It got plastic.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything to say about the movement? Was there a reason for it other than just someone liking it?
No, I mean someone likes it. It's fine. I don't agree because I don't want under money on Kolosov, but I mean it's an opinion in the market, right? And like I think that um yeah, seeing it go more here, but
Yeah,
no,
it's flying, but
yeah,
I look stylistically, I agree with it, but the goaltenders, I think you're asking for pain, and this could easily finish 2-1, 3-2, and this can cash, but like, I'm just not comfortable with either of these goalies right now. Someone is though.
We didn't talk about to open the show here as well. The Grey Cup did take place yesterday. Toronto Argos win. Toronto, City of Champions. Right, Moretto?
Yeah. I mean, Argos dynasty. Look, I don't watch enough CFL to comment. I'm not trying to like. Maybe it's a good league, whatever, fun. I don't know. I don't know if it is. I can't say I've watched a full game in a long time, but it's insane to me that a team can lose their starting quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, right before the final, and then run away with it and just blow the other team out in the final. So like if Mahomes gets hurt in the AFC Championship game, I can guarantee you the Chiefs are not blowing anyone out in the Super Bowl. Pretty wild. I don't get it, but yeah, I also don't watch the games, so can't really comment. So many is in a better spot than I am to comment on this.
I mean, in theory, you're right, but the thing is that like there's a lot of backup QBs in the CFL. They're a lot closer to the starters than it is the case in the NFL, right? Like you're not going to have a huge disparity in most cases between a number one and a number two, right? So yeah, I mean, the Argos were playing going into that game too, there wasn't that big of a difference in like the drop off, and their backup is a veteran CFL QB as well, right? So it's not like it's not like they were getting a rookie in there to fill Kelly's shoes there.
Well, you did have the Grey Cup in Vancouver there. It seems like every weekend we're finding something new out about you, so money. Rich says he was at a swanky VIP party downtown Vancouver after the Grey Cup game. Did you see that first stripper perform her zero gravity act? He's sure he saw you this time. Had to be you.
So what's the next game we're talking about here?
All right, there you go. Let's go Oilers Habs. The Edmonton Oilers here. The Edmonton Oilers here tonight, minus 295. The Canadiens plus 235. Total of 6.5, minus 104 over, minus 118 under. Moretto, take the lead here. These are your Montreal Canadiens.
So the Habs have put a real emphasis on shoring things up defensively, and you can see, as someone who watches every second of every game, rather painfully sometimes, you can see that their approach has changed quite a bit. They have slowed things down drastically. It has come at the expense of their offense, but last 4 games, just under 5 expected goals against at 5-on-5. They are playing much, much better defensively, and they're putting all their resources into slowing teams down and not bleeding chances and bleeding goals. Yeah, it's not going to be easy against an Oilers team that generates a lot, obviously, but I do think we're going to see the same sort of approach here, and they pour their efforts into slowing this Oilers offense. And I think the Oilers kind of will approach the game a little bit similarly in how they're going to just want to kind of get in and get out here, grab a lead, suffocate things a little bit, and move on to the next game. Too many blown leads lately from the Oilers that we've seen. The Isles scored those 2 late third period goals to force overtime. The Preds scored late to force overtime. Leafs obviously got the Bouchard gift over the weekend to come back and win that game. So I think that we'll see. I mean, you have to, from an Oilers perspective, the Oilers have to try and respond here defensively and be like, we're playing good defense. We just have these momentary lapses that are letting teams back into games late. Like, let's get in here, let's suffocate this game, and let's not blow a lead, and let's get back kind of the basics here. Perfect team to do it against in Montreal, in that I don't think the Habs offense is going to be able to threaten them too much in that regard. So yeah, I do like an under here, and I did bet an under here. Some 6.5s around -115, which I'm fine with.
All right, 6.5 -115. We can grab here for our best bet to lock in. That is pretty available number there. So I also shop around. You can get slightly better elsewhere, but I think 15 is a pretty common one right now. So Money, anything to add to this game?
I completely agree with this one. So we can make it a double best bet. So the Oilers, they are the way that they're putting up numbers defensively, they are a dead under team. The problem is that a lot of times their final score doesn't reflect that. But if you dig deeper, so the 4-3 overtime game against Toronto, sorry Alex, but like that was a dead under, right? And like just the final score just under. Yeah, and like even the 7-3 game against the Canucks, that game, the Oilers played so well defensively, and the goals started coming in late when like the Canucks just collapsed. So like that game snowballed on the Canucks, and that final score, 10 goals in that game was not indicative of how that game was played and how the Oilers really choked out the Canucks in that game. So we're seeing this Oilers team kind of get back to where they need to be. Unfortunately, they do need to cushion their goaltending at this point in the season, and until we reach the playoffs, and then when a big game Skinner shows up. So I think for now we're going to continue seeing the Oilers kind of tighten up defensively, and I think Alex nailed it on his Habs as well. So we're good on the under here.
For those of you watching who have not already, please hit that like button, subscribe here to the channel today. Of the people on YouTube who are watching, less than a quarter of the viewers have liked the stream. Come on, like takes 2 seconds, helps us out here. Keep putting out this kind of content, keep doing stuff like this. So hit that like button, subscribe here, Edgework HQ on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter and you want to participate in the show, give your thoughts, ask your questions, send your goal scores. It's easiest if you head over to YouTube, but I will do my best to monitor what's happening on Twitter there as well. But head on over to YouTube if you want to participate. And I don't know, added incentive or not, I'm not really sure. But Albert says if enough people like the stream, I'll go lime green shirt tomorrow. I don't really
blind
know if
viewers by Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, good or not. Yeah,
audio only.
Hit the like button then. All right, there you go. Next game. Ducks, Stars. The Dallas Stars are -420, and the Anaheim Ducks +320 on FanDuel right now. 6.5, the total, -102, over, -120, under. So Money, when I said the number on this game, you just shook your head a little bit. What are your thoughts on this one pushing out as far as -420 for the Stars here tonight?
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But the Stars are just humming right now. I don't think that and and I don't know what Anaheim can do in this situation to disrupt the Stars, right? So like the only way the Stars are going to lose this game is if they don't take it seriously. And the thing is, even if they don't take it seriously, they should still be able to pull out the win. So I'm not really interested in this game. The over, I showed a bit of an edge on the over, but I look back at a few of the Stars games here and how well they're playing defensively. It could be a game that gets out of hand for Anaheim, and the Stars just name their score, but that's not something that I want to bet into though.
Moretto, tell me you got something here. We got Ducks -1.5. Like, we're getting disgusting or what?
Yeah, we're getting real disgusting on a Monday. No, I don't even like. If Dallas wants to win this 3-0, they can. If they want to win this 7-3, they can. Yeah, you're basically just betting on what sort of mindset they're gonna have coming into this game, and I don't really care to get involved in something like that. So, nothing for me here.
This question comes through from Twitter. Brett says team total on the Ducks. I pull this one up, what we've got right now for a team total. Also appreciate you, Brett, for sending that from Twitter. Team total for the Ducks, 2.5. Over 2.5 plus 142, under -182 on FanDuel right now. Didn't look like either of you were very eager to jump on that one.
No, I mean, like we said, right? It just comes down to whatever Dallas wants to do, right? And like, you're just betting on the team's mindset, and like I have no idea how they're going to come out in this game.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I every time I see something like this, or like these numbers, and like, I can't believe it got that far, but also I'm probably not betting the other side, so it is what it is. Like, not touching that one. All right,
Jordan is disgusting. Look at that guy.
That's gross. Ducks +2.5 -135. That's gross. All right, there you go. Let's go Caps, Utah. We have this game and then Red Wings Sharks after. If you want to send your goal scorers, start sending them now. We'll start to pin them here so that we can come back to them after the fact. We will get to all the goal scorers and make an anytime goal scorer parlay here tonight. So then when we're watching forward progress later and you guys are doing the watch along and we're doing that, you guys can sweat the football game and some of these goal scorers with us. Then you get a multi-sport sweat during the watch along tonight. I will be on it, so I'll also be cheering for these. But send your goal scorers now. Let's go Capitals, Utah here. What we've got for Washington -113, Utah -106. Total of 6.5 plus 100, over -122, under on on FanDuel right now. Moretto, do you have any bets in this game?
Yeah, I mean, you look at this and it looks like it's, at first glance, you're like, wow, this is short on Washington. There's, it's kind of a disrespectful price. And sure, but really, really, really tough spot for them here. Not really sure what to make of Utah. I still don't think they're very good. But like, this is the fourth game in 6 nights for the Caps. Third straight game on the road. They're on a back-to-back with travel. Just like a really, really difficult spot against a Utah team that's been home for over a week and has been off since Friday. So not really sure what we're going to get from either team. And I'm just not looking to get involved. It's obviously priced in everything that, is kind of up against Washington here. And we've seen a couple little cracks in their game lately. Like, obviously the schedule's been a lot tougher, but like their overall numbers have come back down to earth a little bit. Their shooting percentage is still really high. That's going to regress at some point. So I'm definitely not selling this Washington team. I still think they're very good, but there's ups and downs throughout a season. I think maybe they're going through a little bit of a downswing, and it says a lot about them that they're able to still get results during it. Like, with their overall numbers kind of tailing off, but they're still winning games. So, that's honestly, if that's even better for their outlook going forward. So, but I'm just not looking to get on them tonight here at this number, just given the circumstances around this game.
So, Monty, are you looking to get into this game here tonight?
With Utah, the problem is that if you go back to their results this year, they've had trouble against good teams, right? And I'm going to. It should have been done earlier, but I've already gotten there on Washington. They should be classified as a good team. So it's a step up for Utah. We do know the things that Alex touched on, everything going up against Washington, but that's already been accounted for in the number here, right? So we're basically um, we're we're basically going up against, if that depressed number on Washington, if that's good enough to overcome um, what we're seeing out of Utah against good teams. And granted, Utah is also not playing well right now either. So I think that all of that, you put all that in a blender, and I just can't get there either way on either side. So it'll be an interesting game, but it's something that I will ultimately pass on.
All right, last game of the night here. Let's go to San Jose and Detroit. The Red Wings minus 152. The Sharks plus 126. 6.5 plus 104 over, minus 128 under on FanDuel yet again. So money. Last game of the night. Is this going to be on your TV at all? Is this going to be something you're betting on? Like, what's the situation here between
Huge
Detroit
Sharks
and San Jose?
fan.
Yeah, you're a big Sharks fan, so
Yeah, and I like the Sharks here, right? Like who is this number on Detroit on the road? It just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm gonna I did bet the Sharks. Let's see what I've got it down to here. Yeah, if we can get down to plus 125, I'm still good for it. So yeah, so I did play the Sharks. It's just basically it's most basically on the number here. It's not like either team is playing well right now, but I just don't think that Detroit should be laying this number on the road right now.
Moretto, you agree with this one here? Plus 126, by the way, best in market. We're gonna add it in. It is on FanDuel here, so adding that one in as best bet right now.
I don't. I'm not on it. I don't necessarily disagree, but like, such an ugly game. Like, the thing that is keeping me off of it basically right now is I think the Sharks are coming back down to earth quite a bit. They've gotten some pretty insane goaltending, but like, I don't know how sustainable. I don't know how sustainable that is. Like, you look at their last 6 games now, they're at a 33% expected goal share. They're getting caved in by teams, and Detroit, they're shooting in their last 5 games at 5-on-5. This is maybe the most insane stat of the day. They're shooting 1.9% as a team. Like, that's going to regress at some point. Like, that has to get better. And the one thing we have seen about them, I don't think they're a good team. I've said that many times this year. I don't think they're a good team, but they do kind of cave in bad teams. You've seen over the last 10 days now, they've caved in Chicago. They've done the same to the Ducks. So at least in terms of like the underlying numbers, I think scoreboard as well too. So yeah, I'm just not looking to step in front of this Detroit wagon against bad teams. But I'm definitely not looking to lay it with them either.
All right, there you go. That's it for the games. I did get a DM that I told you guys about, asking about futures, if there was anything we could look into. So this is from Matt Jones, DM me and asked, first said, big fan of Edgework, appreciate that. But he DM'd and said, I've got a couple futures. I was wondering if the guys might be able to take a look at. Let's go with this one. This is the one that kind of stood out. He said, general thoughts on Jack Adams, particularly Patrick Waugh, 25-1. That's what the number was at the time that he sent it to me there. Do you guys have any thoughts on the Jack Adams market? Is this something you've circled back to since the beginning of the season? Something you've taken a look at? Anything you've added here? Moretto, have you kind of circled back here?
I have not really. I'll try and pull up some odds right now and take a look, but it's not something I don't want to give out any like bad advice, because it's not something I've actually like combed through in the last 2 weeks or so at least.
Yeah.
Just full transparency here. There's some smaller slates later this week. Maybe we can get into a bit more of a futures deep dive at one point here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, in terms of the Jack Adams here, Carberry is the favorite, and he is the deserving favorite. But specifically Patrick Waugh, the difficulty with Waugh is that that team needs to make the playoffs for him to have any shot. So if you think the Islanders are going to make the playoffs, I think that it's okay. And he's out to 35-1 now, right? Or are we? is that on FanDuel right now?
Just trying to look there. Did I scroll past so many?
I didn't see.
Oh,
There it is.
there it
40
is.
to 1, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
there you go. All right. So yeah, I think that um, if you think that the Islanders are going to make the playoffs and has to, um, Washington has to struggle here, right? Like they can't. If Washington makes the playoffs, or if they finish top three in their division, it is Carberry's award. He is the deserving favorite. Of course, I'm on Travis Green, right, and I'm kind of biased there as well. So, yeah, I don't think that Patrick Waugh is a bad bet. I think that they should start getting healthy, and it's not like the bottom end of that division are going to make the playoffs. Then I think that Patrick Waugh would be a good bet.
I'll
okay.
tell you what is a bad bet is the Wall 33 to 1 that I gave out before the year, because you can get a bit better than that right now. So that was maybe not the best market entry time in there.
Not the best.
Why don't we all just a cheer for Travis Green though?
I think Zach would rather pluck his eyes out with scissors than cheer for Travis Green.
Yeah, no, sorry, so money. This one I can't get behind. Like if it wins, happy for you. I'll be miserable because that means some other things have happened, and I mean, you might just find me laying in the 401 if that's the case. So
Who would you rather, Keefe or Green?
Keefe.
As a Leafs fan, Keefe,
yeah, because like Keefe would be like kind of expected. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
new coach to a team that had expectations, should be back to playoffs in that form anyways. So he goes to the team. Oh, they go back to the playoffs. Oh, look what Sheldon Keefe did to fix them. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, for whatever. He gets Jack Adams. Travis Green goes to Ottawa and he gets it. Like, so money. I know you've got this Sens playoffs bet. This is the only thing I will ever actively root against that anyone gives out on the show. Like, I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I hope the Sens miss the playoffs for the rest of eternity until they leave that city. Like, I can't. No.
It's gonna be so funny when later in the year both of you are betting on the Sens and cheering for them because you both love money.
No. No,
Sens unders.
The word you need to remove.
Unders, I'll be okay.
The word you need to remove is cheering for them. Moretto and I might be betting on them because we love money. Cheering for them is wrong. I might be betting on them and hoping I lose the money, but betting just in case so that it's there as insurance.
You guys are ridiculous.
No, I can't.
This is probably very unlikely, but like it's priced as such too. What do you think of Bednar 100 to 1? With all the injuries they have faced so far, and like if they come back and win this division, they've overcome bad goaltending, this and that. Now maybe it becomes like a McKinnon Hart thing instead, and that kind of takes away from Bednar. I can see that obviously being the case, but like that is a big number on a team that is going to finish very high in the standings and has definitely battled through some real adversity early in the season. Losing their captain Landeskog for like a year and a half, 2 years, like I don't know. There's a lot of kind of narrative that can play into that. I probably will end up betting some of that after the show.
Yeah, if like
do that now.
if we're expecting the Jets to kind of start fading, then that division, I mean, it's right there. Obviously, Dallas is there, which like makes it tough. But you're basically either betting Colorado to win that division or Bednar to win Jack Adams. Because if Colorado does come back and win that division, then I think that there's tons of value on that ticket.
All right, well, I'm betting myself there as we go, so hold on to that one through the rest of the season and cheer for that. But there you go. Those are some awards and futures talk. Maybe we can get into some more throughout the rest of the week. Let's get to anytime goal scorer parlay here. I saw there was a bunch sent in, so try to get through all of those. I saw Francois basically sprayed the entire board here with goal scorers for today, so we'll try to get through a bunch of those as well. But let's start. Let's flip this. Are there any, and you guys can say no, but I'm just going to ask you guys right away. Are there any that you had today that you were like, I'm looking at this guy? And let's see if there's any consensus in the chat, because I see them pop up. I'm sure you guys maybe see them as they go by, but I don't know if you see all of them. So, Moretto, are there any that you were like, yeah, this is one that I'm looking at today?
Aside from Slavkovsky, I would say probably probably not. No, there's none. There's none that I haven't even been able to comb through goal scorers yet today. Just been diving through this main slate.
That's no problem. So money?
I like Jonathan Drouin.
Okay. Drouin, there was some stuff sent about Drouin in the chat. I don't think it was goal scorers, but it was points. So people are also looking at Drouin here tonight. I'm trying to just find if I can even see where that was. But Drouin was sent as something about like having a game. Oh, there you go. Charles. Drouin point -110 says he's on line 1. That's kind of the angle that we look at here, trying to find some guys like that. So, okay, Drouin goal on FanDuel right now is
310.
+310.
Yeah, I like it. And then Lucas Raymond as well was another one on my list.
Okay, Lucas Raymond was not sent in, but I don't see any others in that game. So let's just add that. Raymond.
But then depending on what the chat thinks too, right? In that game, like
Most sensitive mic of all time.
Somebody's gonna break that thing.
I had see, what the fuck was I saying now too, right? Like one day you guys are gonna see me lose it on air with this mic. Yeah, so I had Lucas Raymond in that game, and I also had William Eklund as well. So depending on what the chat thinks, we can go with the chat.
Okay, so we'll leave that up to them. Raymond and Eklund, you guys send those which one you'd prefer. Remember, we are also on Sharks here for the show today, so keep that in mind with that. But we'll leave that out then. This one is popular, and I will let you guys determine yes or no. But Slytherin, the first part of this, Nichushkin or Draisaitl. A for Adeline, Nichushkin. Jordan, Nichushkin.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, it's pretty insane to say no when there's 700 people saying yes.
We are also on Drouin. Are we SGPing that? I just realized that.
Oh yeah,
we can take Drouin out. Let's go with the chat.
Okay, let's go Nichushkin then here tonight. Nichushkin +200, so Drouin out. You guys have that. Charles says Eklund. Jordan says Eklund.
But do play Drouin on the side though. Like by yourselves, he is gonna score.
All right, there you go.
No Eklund. He's because there's like much better elsewhere in the market. So I would say probably no there.
Okay, so we'll hold off on that right now. So we get through the Nichushkins there. This is another one sent by a couple of people as well here now. A for Adeline, Stankoven +250. Bets of Burden, Stank +250. And then also the King Daddy Topper on this one, Sam. Stankoven +260. He sent this one earlier. FanDuel just took some Ducks money, so moved to +240, but it should move back. So Stankoven here. I'll just pull up and make sure we'll see what number we're currently sitting on FanDuel. Stankoven is 230 right now. But
that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Stankoven in, added. Wow, we're getting a lot of agreement here from chat on this today. This could be very, very good or very, very bad. Marchman or Sagan, we just went with Stankoven in that game, Charles. Sorry. Dubois +380. I'm just trying to... Do we take anything in that? No, nothing in that game so far, right? Washington, Utah.
Yeah, I think that might be a good one. I see him underperforming here.
Yeah, I'm down for some PLD.
All right, Dubois 380. That is the third one for today. All right, we have 3 right now. We've got also in the chat here Trent Frederick from Jeremy Quinn. We also have Frederick from Hal. Love Frederick goal, but it's only at plus 350. He was thinking plus 500. But we do have some consensus there from Jeremy, who says Trent Frederick as well.
330 FanDuel. There's a 450.
Yeah, and
elsewhere.
Some 350s. There's some much higher numbers though elsewhere. So like the 330 at FanDuel, I think is a little bit difficult to get behind. Yeah, shaded that way. We've also got Geeky plus 390 here.
He's on line 1 right now, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Geeky. Good thing I'm just typing to the abyss. Nowhere. 380. Okay. I mean, there's like 380, 385, 390, so there's a little bit better out there, but
like we're around. I'd be down for Geeky.
All right.
Ooh, Geeky. I like that A for Adeline, the Bouchard one. This feels like a
Bouchard 320.
Bit of a bounce back from that Saturday
performance.
Plus 380 FanDuel. Next best is like 340 in market. Pretty good number there.
Okay, so let's we're at 4. Let's keep in mind. So we've got Bouchard 320. These are the ones sent in the chat. So of remaining, Bouchard 320. We just went with Geeky, so Marchand would be out unless you guys wanted to override that, but Marchand plus 200 was also suggested. We have Michkov 360, and that's also in the Boston game, so never mind. Brazo. So I guess Bouchard and Michkov for the final spot.
Who's in there right now? Geeky, Nichushkin.
We've got Nichushkin, Stankoven, PLD, and Geeky.
So we got to decide between Bouchard, Brazil.
Oh, final submission. Granlund 260.
I mean, we do have somebody's got a Sharks bet here, so that would make sense. I'm down for Granlund. I'm down for Bouchard. Someone earlier suggested Draisaitl too. I'd be down for that as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm up for any of those.
Somebody, you have a preference of those ones that were just said?
Does the chat like Granlund more?
I don't know, but Sam likes Granlund.
Okay, let's go with Granlund.
All right, there you go. That's the final one. 5th and final, Granlund in the Red Wings Sharks game. That will get us to, there you go. 5-legger. Bang. Nichushkin, Stankoven, PLD, Geeky, and Granlund. $10 pays you 8,200 here tonight. Is this the one? Is this the winner?
Charles seems to think
D1.
This is the one. There you go. That's our anytime goal scorer parlay here tonight. Couple bonus from people. All caps late. Jordan, Zellweger, plus 1,000 is out there. Zellweger. Then we also have Sam, not a goal scorer. Veterano, 5+ shots on goal, plus 360. Alt shot market from Sam. So not going in the anytime goal scorer parlay, but that's also thrown out from Sam as well. So there you go. Those are our goal scorers. Here's what we've got for best bets tonight. Again, you can track these all in the BetSamp app, Edgework HQ. Blue Jackets, Bruins, over 6, minus 120. Oilers, Habs, under 6.5, minus 115. And then Red Wings, Sharks. We are taking the Sharks money line, plus 126. That's all we've got. That's all we've got for today's picks, for today's anytime goal scorer parlay. Let's send the cookies here tonight. Congrats, everyone. Make sure to get that one in. Tweet them at us throughout the course of the day, at Edgework HQ on Twitter. We appreciate you guys for watching the show here, liking, subscribing, following along. You can find us on all podcasting platforms. Schedule throughout the rest of the hammer for the rest of the day. If you haven't already, rare Monday morning circles off that came out. The Professor from the Citadel Sports Group came out, so make sure to check that out on YouTube, podcast, however you want to consume that. But circles off, episode 180 dropped this morning. And then 5 o'clock, hit the books coming up. Knish, Powers, recapping the weekend that was, looking ahead to this upcoming weekend. I am back on that show. We are recording another episode of Circles Off to come out this Thursday, episode 181. And finally, later on, Forward Progress Watch Along, myself, Rob, and Kirk Evans in studio for tonight's Monday Night Football game. So make sure to subscribe all the way across the Hammer Network. We appreciate the support, appreciate the participation in the chat here today. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time for more picks and previews. Enjoy the games tonight, and good luck on your bets.